or ownership of WCTC.
Speak up and be heard on Jersey issues that matter most to you. Call Jersey Central with Bert Barron now at 732-545-9282 or toll free at 888-545-9282. Your state, your home, your voice. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 8:08. We're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. It is Bert Barron. Good to have you here. We'll have our Need to Know Things coming up a little bit later on in this 8 o'clock hour. Facebook fan page has just shared the photo album of the kids who are in the Walking Dead reenactments. Check out the whole album. There's about 17 pictures there. And you can post your thoughts on Facebook, all right? Let's get to the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline. As you know, every Thursday, we feature some interviews of some films that are going to be shown with the New Jersey Film Festival. It is the International Film Festival for summer of 2016, underway over at Rutgers for the Voorhees Hall, where the festival is taking place. So let's welcome in our first guest who is with us here today. Director of an animated film that is called A is for I. And let's say hello to Augusta Palmer, is with us here this morning on WCTC. Good morning, Augusta. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
Good morning, Bert. I'm great. How are you?
Good to talk to you. Congratulations. Your film is going to be shown coming up on Sunday at the film festival. What do we need to know about your film?
Just that it's a tremendous amount of fun, and it's inspired by the New York Public Library's picture collection, which is this great collection of image clippings made by librarians for the past 100 years. But it's really kind of for ABCdarians of all ages. ABCdarian is either someone who's learning their ABCs or someone who is a beginner in all things. So it's about the power of creativity to change your world. So
very cool.
I think everyone can relate to that.
So it involves a little 9-year-old who kind of goes on this journey when she's exposed to all these pictures, and she kind of takes us along on the trip. Is that what your movie focuses on?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
He wanders into this picture collection library, sees all these kind of crazy adults looking through pictures, and follows their lead and gets sucked into an imaginary world created from images from the picture collection.
Very cool. What inspired you for this, Augusta? Where did the idea come from?
I think two things inspired me. The first is just that I have loved that collection for a long time. First went there as an intern on a documentary more than 20 years ago, and was always thinking about, how could I make something about this place? And then having my own children made me think, I could do it as an ABC film, and it would also be about that childhood sense of play that, my own children made me aware of again. Sometimes we forget as adults, I think, how to play. Yeah. So those two things colliding, I said, this is a great little short film, and actually my daughter is the 9-year-old in the film. So.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you always done sort of animated short films like this, or what are some other things you've done?
No, I'm mainly a documentarian.
Okay.
But I make all kinds of films. I've made experimental films too. But yes, I made a film called The Hand of Fatima, which is a feature documentary, which is about two journeys to Morocco, separated by 30 years. The first is a journey of my dad, who was a rock critic, and the second is my journey many years later to find out what happened to him when he was initiated into the Sufi Brotherhood in Morocco. And I'm working on another music film right now called The Blues Society, which will again be a feature documentary.
Nice.
So that's my more, I guess, normal mode, but
sure.
I'm actually looking forward to doing more fiction because this was such a fun process.
I was going to say, you used the exact word. This seemed like a fun little side project for you and something maybe you could try going in some different directions that maybe you hadn't done with your documentary work before.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's a continuation because I have used animation in my documentaries In the Hand of Fatima, there's a pretty extensive use of animation because my father, his whole side of the story is told through animated versions of his writing in that film. So that did get me excited about working in animation. But I think, it really opened up some doors in my mind for me to see how a fiction film could be made. So it was a lot of fun and great to collaborate with people like the animator and the composer. I think the film has a great score. So that was something, my documentaries I usually score with kind of music from the time period that they're about, or, I don't usually use a crafted score from a composer. So it was really fun to have that. It just feels like a big movie, when you have the score and you're recording the different instruments and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Very cool. Good feedback from people that have seen the film, Augusta?
Yes. I mean, I love to see it with kids because they start yelling out the names of things that they see in the film, which wasn't actually something that I expected. They start kind of decoding it via the alphabet, but I've also seen it with adults and love that experience too, although they're less prone to call things out. I've gotten very good feedback from all ages that it's just a fun journey to take.
Gotcha. And you'll be in town when the film is shown on Sunday. You'll do an intro and a little Q&A with the moviegoers afterwards as well?
I absolutely will.
Good stuff.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Again, okay, so we'll look for your film. A is for I. And again, the director is Augusta Palmer, and she joins us this morning. And good luck with the film. It was great speaking with you, and continued success in the future, Augusta, okay?
Okay, thanks so much, Bert. Great to talk to you.
All right, you as well. Thank you. And, of course, you can visit njfilmfest.com for the complete schedule, all the things that are happening with the film festival for the summer 2016 schedule. It is all online at njfilmfest.com. Quick traffic and weather break here, and then we'll come back and meet another filmmaker of a very cool Jersey movie. I like that. That's my favorite kind, right? So we'll meet our next director coming up next. Jersey Central traffic and weather time, 8:15. Traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 5s, and here is Candy Roth.
Let's go east on 78. Pockets of heavy traffic this morning from exit 15 out to 29. 18 is stop and go both ways from the New Jersey Turnpike to Route 1. Stop and go on 287 north from exit 1 to 4. And on the Parkway southbound north of exit 129, we have an accident in the right lane. It backs up to 132. I'm Candy Roth with your 1450 WCTC traffic update.
And a good morning. I'm meteorologist Frank Lombardo in the Weather Center. Sunny skies for the rest of the work week at least, and then maybe a late day shower on Saturday. Actually, a nice stretch of temperatures coming up. Today's high only near 70 and cooler than it's been, but very comfortable with low humidity. A little bit breezy out there. Lots of sunshine all day today. Clear tonight, near 50. A little bit warmer, 75 to 80 and sunny tomorrow. Another beautiful day with low humidity. And Saturday, increasing clouds, maybe an afternoon shower or thunder shower, and warm near 80 degrees. Right now, 57 and sunny. I'm meteorologist Frank Lombardo.
This is the show where Jersey matters. From politics to entertainment, from social issues to lifestyles, from newsmakers to pop culture. If it's Jersey, it's on Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
Learn it, know it, live it.
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey.
8:17, back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC. It's our interview series as we continue that with the New Jersey International Film Festival Summer 2016. You can visit njfilmfest.com for the full schedule and all the information that's happening. Coming up on Saturday, if you like music movies, there's two that are going to be shown that are just fantastic. The one film has to deal with bass player Nathan East, who was always one of the great bass players, and you follow him in his career and all the people that he has played with. The other film that's being shown is a feature-length documentary highlighting the music scene in Jersey City, which is very cool. And we have the director who is with us here this morning. Her name is Elvie Mae Parien, who joins us here on WCTC. Please tell me I got your last name correct. I only tried it like 50
did.
times. All right, good.
Hi.
Good, thank you. Good morning. And Chilltown, USA, there's a thriving music scene in Jersey City. Tell me about that.
Yeah. For many years, Jersey City has always had this sort of thriving music scene, and I feel like it has always come in waves every time there's something new coming up, especially with like, the changing population of Jersey City, and especially with like how especially with how like demographics are changing now. With like, there's a different wave of immigrants, this generation and whatnot. But I feel like Jersey City has always had the root of a lot of major music. Has helped develop a lot of major music genres that kind of exemplify what the Jersey music scene is, like the Jersey sound, sort of that style, especially when it comes to hip hop and rock, especially the punk scene. When you come down to like going into the history of Jersey, like in the '80s and whatnot.
Jersey City, okay, that's pretty cool. I think of great music cities in New Jersey. Asbury Park and Red Bank kind of come to mind. But Jersey City,
Yeah.
this is pretty cool because this is going to show people that, hey, you know what, there's a lot happening in Jersey City also. And you're right, you talked about there's a lot of change. In just a couple years, LV May, Jersey City is going to be the biggest city in the state of New Jersey with all the people that are moving there. And that impacts, cultures and traditions and things like that. But they're holding on to that sound there, and music is still big in Jersey City.
Yeah, definitely, and like just the art scene in general, it's like it goes together basically.
Yeah.
And when you see like all these changes going on, whether population or even just demographics, it can be good, and it can be both good and bad, in different ways. But I think what's important is that like as long as the city like hold on to like this its arts and culture, I think that will keep it at bay.
Yeah, I would agree. Talk about some of the artists and maybe some of the bands that you talked to, and you said, "Hey, I'm making a documentary." Were they pretty cool with kind of opening up and talking to you about what's going on?
Yeah, definitely a lot, and we definitely encourage them to be very open about how their struggle or like their successes and whatnot. And it's interesting that we initially, like the film would have been very different. Initially we wanted to just focus on one band in particular, and kind of follow them on their journey. But we decided that's not probably gonna be a good image of what Jersey City is. Jersey City is very diverse. We wanted to go our way to try to tackle different genres and see what a good mix there is to offer.
Yeah, and like you said, it's one of these cities that really has everything. Is there a jazz scene in Jersey City? Does that exist?
Yeah, there definitely is. I feel
Okay.
like every genre is kind of covered, but we didn't particularly cover a jazz musician in the film.
Sure.
per se.
Okay. All right. Again, the movie is called Chilltown, USA. Is that the nickname for Jersey City, LV May, that I should be using? Because I like that.
Definitely, if you want to. But yeah, Chilltown is one of the monikers Jersey City's had. There's a lot of mixed stories of where that came from. I know it's often referenced a lot in hip hop specifically, and I believe it was like one of the stories that it was coined by one of the older hip hop MCs in Jersey City, but
Okay.
otherwise people are not sure. But it kind of stuck,
Well-
alongside with other monikers that Jersey City has. But Chilltown is one of the monikers Jersey City is known for. And again, I believe it's referencing its arts and music scene.
One of those cool sort of urban legends. I like that. So from now on,
Yeah.
I think on the air, when I'm going to be doing a visit to Jersey City or an appearance there, I'm going to reference it as Chilltown, USA, I think now going forward, which I really like.
I think it would be appropriate.
I agree completely. Talk about people after they see this documentary. What kind of feedback you getting from people?
A lot. Well, at least in terms of content, like a lot of people were definitely felt very inspired, and like that inspires me. That I guess I've done my job. Looking back as an artist, I kind of it's like looking back, it's like this is like work I've done in the past, and like, oh man, I could do so much better or approach this much differently. Like for me, rewatching this, it's like, oh man, like I kind of see my own amateur mistakes, but it's like really. Is really nice for me from the other people who have seen it are like giving me positive feedback over what to improve, but also generally really liking the message I think the film would hopefully convey about Jersey City.
Yeah, I'm going to take a much more, I think, focused look, if you will, I guess, at the music scene in Jersey City. Now that you're bringing all this to light, it's something I'm going to maybe look at a little more critically. But you're going to be at Rutgers coming up on Saturday. You'll do an introduction and then a Q&A session with the moviegoers afterwards, which is very cool. So
Yeah.
Do you think you nailed it in 63 minutes, LV May? Was there a lot of stuff left on the cutting room floor, or do you think you told the story appropriately?
I think I told it appropriately. There was like a lot of were like, is this too long or is this too short? Things like that. But I think what needs to be said has been said. And yeah, like for movies in general, it's like there's always a lot left on the cutting room floor that you unfortunately cannot put in because you have to consider time and what's enough. But otherwise, I think the final cut now, as it is, I think what needs to be said has been said, and I hope that will.
Hey,
I
good
hope
for you.
Time lens is also like efficient to convey what
If you're proud of your work, that is the goal of every filmmaker, right? Be
Yeah.
proud of what you've
Yeah.
put together. So if you feel good about it, then it's kind of mission accomplished, right?
Right, definitely. I agree.
Good for you. Your first documentary, LV May. Have you been doing other films in your career?
This is my first feature length. Like I definitely have not done projects
Good
this
for
long,
you.
especially not under my own belt. And yeah, I would hope to definitely do more in the future.
Well, excellent. Good stuff. And I'm sure it's going to be a big hit coming up on Saturday night. It's going to be the first of 2 films shown. Again, at Voorhees Hall, number 105, beginning at 7 o'clock. You can get all the information at njfilmfest.com. Little brief descriptions of all the films that are shown for the entire series. But be there Saturday night if you like music. Chilltown, USA will be the first film shown that night. And then a very cool-looking documentary about Nathan East. Now, you might not know the name, but when you saw some of the work that this guy done and some of the records that he's played on and some of the artists he's performed with, you'll say, oh, that guy. I've seen him all over the place. But Chilltown, USA, my new name for Jersey City, is going to open up the event, and the director, LV May Perrien, is going to be there as well. LV May, it was great to talk to you this morning.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good luck going forward. And I'm real proud of we got a great documentary about New Jersey, so I'm behind this 100%. And thank you for your time this morning, all right?
No, thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too. Take care. All right. Our interview series with the New Jersey Film